Hi, I'm Petra Nobel. I am a certified postpartum doula, and I'm also a certified infant and child sleep consultant. I work as a postpartum doula and as a sleep consultant. I have been a postpartum doula for most of my working life. First as a maternity care nurse in the Netherlands, and now here in Canada for the last 8 years, I believe, and a sleep consultant for the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah. And I'm also the instructor for the Dutch Infant and Child Sleep Consulting Program for the International Parenting and Health Institute. I'm not sure if there is really an increase. It might be more talked about right now. So I think there was still there was postpartum depression and postpartum anxiety has been there for forever, but I think it's now more acknowledged and more talked about, and people are opening up about it more. And I think new parents are really, when they think they are dealing with depression or anxiety, they work on it. And they work on it outside of the house. They work with a therapist, or they get help. And I think it used to be that they would not get help and deal with it on their own. I also think that there is no time limit anymore. I think that's a little bit different. I think they used to think like, well, postpartum is like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, and then it should be over. And now they realize like, okay, your postpartum time is not over until you feel that it is over. So that can be way longer. So you can have postpartum depression even after a year. And that might be the time that you are recognizing that you are having postpartum depression, and that's when you're ready to work on it. I think there needs to be more follow-up after labor and delivery and during the postpartum time, so that they work through the issues and the trauma that they have dealt with. Because sometimes you don't know that you went through a difficult birth and postpartum time until after something triggers years and years later. So if we would have better postpartum support and give parents a chance to go through it shortly after they have given birth, it might help them to realize like, hey, this was way more challenging than I thought it was, and then they can work with that. Yes, I do believe so. I think there's more openness about it. Women are taking care of themselves better, or people in general are doing more self-care, so they are more aware of themselves, so that they know like, hey, something is different, something is off. They recognize it. I think healthcare providers are more aware of it. Certainly doulas are really keeping an eye out on it. We do educate ourselves about it, so we really look for what can be a trigger. I think it's also easier to get help. There are more healthcare providers in the postpartum world that are specialized in postpartum healthcare. Postpartum mental health care. I would like to see every new family have access to postpartum care, to have somebody coming and help them, especially in the first week, because I believe that if you are off to a good start and get some extra rest if you need it, and get some breastfeeding support, and just some general help, and somebody who will listen to you and listen to what your thoughts and beliefs are about your experience during labor and delivery, I think it will just help you along the way. If you get that in the first 2 weeks, I think you're already off to a good start, yeah, or a better start. I think it's needed. definitely, yes. And I think, as I said, I think everybody should get it, because I think you will reduce problems later on. I think you will, when everybody has somebody like a professional coming in and really who is specialized in postpartum care, I think they will pick up on things like feeding, like jaundice, like give them the support, the sleep, the rest that they need, and the food that they need, the nutrition that they need. I think if everybody gets that, I think you will reduce problems, challenges later on. Okay, well, I find that very interesting. I think in good ways and in bad ways, because if you move from one part of the world to another part of the world, you really get exposed to how people are taking care of their new families and how new parents take care of their new babies. It can be very different from the way you've grown up. It can also be if you come from a country like the Netherlands, where everybody has a maternity care nurse after their baby is born, who comes to their house for the first 8 to 10 days. And then you come to North America, where you have your baby and then you're back home. If you gave birth in the hospital and there's nobody coming there and your relatives are not living close by, it can be a real challenge. So it's good and bad. I think in Canada we're pretty lucky that parents can have parental leave for up to 18 months. So, and it's paid. And in the US, healthcare is expensive to start with. There is often a very short leave, 2 weeks, 6 weeks, and sometimes not paid, most of the times not paid. So I think that's a big difference. Yes. I think they can look at different countries, like some of the Scandinavian countries. They have a really good system in place. The Netherlands has a very good system in place. So if they can have everybody to come into their house and really be there, not like a nurse that comes and checks in for 2 hours max to see if they are doing okay, but have somebody coming in so that they build up a relationship with that person, so that they are not afraid to ask questions and they are not afraid to show that they need more help. That would be perfect. To prenatal parents to also educate themselves about what's going to happen when your baby is born after the first 2 hours, so that they know that, okay, things are changing after we have this baby. For postnatal parents, I would like them to be comfortable to speak up and make sure that they have get the help that they need, the support that they need, and be really open with their partner about how they feel, and let them know if they need help from their partners. Another thing that prenatal parents can do is prepare themselves, especially food-wise. Really set up like a food train. Like if you can sort of in your baby registry, like have like frozen meals or meal services, have something like that happening. And if people say that they want to sign up for something, then yeah, okay, come on, let them help you. Don't be afraid to let people into your life and let people get into your baby's life, because it really takes a village to raise a baby. So yeah, if people are willing to help you when you're postpartum, then you really need to, it would be good to let them help you. You really should sleep when you can sleep, because sleep is important. But you should also enjoy your baby. Like, enjoy being a parent and take your baby out for walks when the weather is nice. So and enjoy it. And one other thing that I sometimes advise still during pregnancy is, like, make a list of what you like about your partner, what you love about your partner. And when you are postpartum, you might have to look at that list a few times, because your relationship with your partner is changing, and there might be times when you're thinking, why do I like you? Why are you not helping me in the middle of the night? So look at that list and go through it, and then you realize, yes, he's still the same, or she is still the same. It's just different now. So those are things.